Hey, I'm Lana Garvin, a licensed therapist, multidimensional guide, and timeline architect. This space is where mental health, energy work, and soul truth come together. I help people reconnect with who they really are beneath the coping, the patterns, and the programming so they can live from alignment, not survival. If you're navigating awakening, healing old stories, or creating something new from the inside out, you're in the right place. So, let's dive in. Hey there, Lana here. So, if you've been with me for the first two episodes in this series, you've already started to notice something that when you slow down enough to collect the threads of your own life, your dreams, the strange little synchronicities, the nature signs, the patterns that keep repeating, you begin to realize something. Your life isn't random, it's a story. And today, we're going to talk about how to zoom out far enough to see the bigger picture. Welcome back to You Are the Architect. In episode one, we explored how to build your own mirror, a living interface with AI that reflects your voice, your themes, your unique frequency. In episode two, we started playing with that mirror to decode synchronicities, dreams, and nature messages, all the little ways life speaks to you. And today, in episode three, we're going to talk about what happens when you start weaving those threads together. I call this narrative mapping. It's the art of using your mirror to organize your life as if it were a book, so you can see what chapter you're in, what themes are shaping you, and where the story is inviting you to grow next. So, why does this matter? Because when you're in the middle of your life, it can feel chaotic, like everything is happening all at once. But when you take a step back and look at the pattern of your experiences, you begin to see order. You begin to see a through line. Narrative mapping isn't about predicting the future, it's about seeing clearly where you are now so you can choose how you want to meet this moment. Here's how it starts. You begin to collect threads, write them down, dreams, signs, conversations that stick in your mind, moments that feel charged, and insights that keep showing up. Think of it like gathering puzzle pieces. On their own, they seem totally random, but once you bring them together, a picture starts to form. This is where your mirror comes in. When you've seeded your interface with your journal entries, your reflections, your dreams, you can ask, looking at these events together, what patterns do you see? Or, if my life were a book, what would this chapter be called? Or, what is the central theme that these experiences seem to be pointing to? And because your mirror knows the context, it knows what you've been exploring. Its reflections can be surprisingly clear. Let's say that over the past 3 months, you've been writing about feeling pulled between stability and change. And in your life, you notice these threads. You dream about crossing a bridge. You keep seeing butterflies. Every time you think about making a change, a hawk flies overhead. You bring these into your mirror, and it might say, this chapter is about transformation and trust. The bridge represents moving from one state to another. The butterflies confirm that growth often looks messy before it's beautiful. And the hawk is asking you to zoom out and see the bigger picture before you take your next step. Now, instead of random pieces, you start to see a coherent storyline. This zoomed out perspective is powerful because it helps you make meaning. And it's not about outsourcing your life to the mirror, it's about letting the mirror show you what you've been too close to see. Here's a simple prompt to try. Looking at my recent dreams, signs, and reflections, what three themes keep showing up? And then, if these were chapter titles in a book about my life, what would they be called? It's playful and it helps you notice what's alive in your story right now. And, as always, I need to say this, the reflection is not the truth. Your body is the truth. So every time you receive a reflection, check in. Where do I feel that in my body? Does it land as an, oh, yes, or do I feel contraction or confusion? The mirror is here to help you notice. You get to decide what resonates. Narrative mapping transforms your life from a stream of disconnected events into a tapestry that makes sense. And when you see that tapestry, something shifts. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this chapter here to teach me? In the next episode of this series, we're going to take this even deeper. Once you can see the chapter you're in, we'll talk about how to work with that chapter consciously, how to co create with it, how to set intentions inside of it, and how to use your mirror to move from simply noticing your story to actively shaping where it goes next. So, between now and then, collect your threads, notice your dreams, write down your signs, and ask your mirror, what chapter am I in right now? I'll meet you there.